Hi guys, in today's video I'm so excited. Guys, it's been a dry season over here and the birds have been very stressed. Like, you'd enter the poultry house and feel like, what do I even do? But God has been so good. The birds have been really consuming a lot of water, and that's a period when national water even has not been on. We've been struggling like to fetch water for the birds until we made a well. So I shared a video about how we made a production well, but the well had some issues. The water was not clearing and really disturbed us throughout this season. And so rains have started coming and the birds are very excited. They are very fine. These temperature changes affect birds, and so their laying has been really good, regardless of the temperature changes. They have been laying, but the size had some few issues. So in today's video I want us to talk about how to manage a poultry farm even in hard times, like when it is too cold, when it is too hot, or when you are in the times of sickness. How do you stand firm as a farmer and take care of your birds? This is a video that you should watch if you are aspiring to be a poultry farmer, especially to deal with layers, and also if you are a poultry farmer and probably you have some challenges on the farm. My name is Asperia if you are watching me for the very first time. So kindly hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let's get right into it. So I'm here at the house. As you can see, the taplings have been destroyed by the sun, and I'm yet to get other new ones, because when it's a rainy season we need these taplings. They work as curtains, especially when it's raining, since most of the house is open. Like, we've used wire mesh and chain link, and so we need to have those curtains. So as you look at these ones, they have worked for almost 8 months, and really they are getting old. And so as a farmer, how you can prepare for the disasters on the farm, you need to be steady. Like, you need to have an active mind to foresee things that can really happen on the farm. Now, when the dry season was beginning, my main fear was, I have other gardens, I do other things in farming. My main fear was what is going to happen to my birds, because I knew with plants I can plant others, and by the time they started shining, I had got all the money out, and then plus they were old also, and so those ones I had to first put off my mind. Then I concentrated on how are my birds going to survive, especially with water. So as national water was still on, we had to fetch 5,000 liters and store it for preparedness. But guys, as I have always shared here on the channel, the birds drink a lot of water. Like in a day when it's a dry season, they've been consuming in each house. I have 2 rooms. In each house I put 3 drinkers, and those are each drinker is 10 liters, so that those are 30 liters. That means 60 liters half a day. So in the whole day, like 12 hours, I add water and change the drink, like wash the drinkers for 2 times. That means they take 120 liters. So I had stored 5,000, and really that was not going to be for a long time. So, but it really pushed us. It pushed us because national water went off around the last week of Jan, and so throughout the first 2 weeks of February, we had to use the water we had been storing in the tank, and it was getting done. So as it was getting done, because for us we could use water from the neighbors, and it was really hectic to fetch water for the birds every day. And we are really grateful for really understanding neighbors who gave us the water without second thought. So we've been fetching water from their home because they had a well already, and the water was really good. It has helped the birds, but it was so hectic. So what I'm trying to mean is that we need to foresee when the problem is coming, what is the solution? Like, what can I do? What is my plan B? So as a farmer, you need to be prepared. And then secondly, you need to pay attention to the changes in the poultry house. Now, as the sunshine became hot, the birds had some changes, and every now and then when you enter the poultry house, they were panting, like really showing signs of high temperature. So at some point, I would open everywhere here and allow them out, like to breathe, you know. And I will show you some videos here on the screen. I would push them out and, you know, allow them to breathe, because it was getting out of control. Yes, the house is big enough for them, they're not struggling for space, but the temperatures were very, very high, you know. So plan B is very important in as a poultry farmer. Observe your poultry house. Look at what can I do, like to, you know, to calm the situation, to calm down these birds, you know. And that helped them to continue laying at the same percentage, though there was some there was some small drop, but that wasn't really so big, you know. And so time went on and these birds had grown. Now I discovered something, that when these birds are at from week 24 up to week 28, they are very active. Like they can eat a lot of food and very, very fast. But as they grow, you see them coming down. So I have been feeding my birds with around 32 kilograms, but I had to cut it down because I put food in the morning and it takes them throughout the day, and also put food in the afternoon, in the evening I mean, and it takes them throughout the night. And I have seen them eat in a calm way, because I was getting worried, like if they fed every day like that, I wasn't going to make profit. So when you observe your birds, like when you try out this and that, you're able to tell that my birds have this kind of change, you know. So apparently they are eating at a normal pace. When you put food, they don't run up and down. Previously, when I would come with a sack of food, they would run after me like when others are in the laying boxes. So as I put food in the feeder, before even an hour, the feed is already done, and I was like, how am I even going to cope up with this? But on observation, I was able to, you know, to give to do some few things, adjustments, and yeah, the birds are fine. They're now eating at a normal pace. When you put food, you are able to come back and find feeders, you know. The birds are enjoying, other birds are eating. It was now becoming survival for the fittest. If the bird is not like very fast, or if it is in a laying box laying, it comes out when they have already finished food, and that there was a very big drop in production of eggs, you know. So as a farmer, learn your birds and try to observe and try out new things and see what possibly can happen, what possibly can, you know, help these birds to adjust, you know. So that is very important. A lot of things that I've observed throughout this dry season, the birds actually didn't have a lot of sickness, because the litter was always dry and they were always playing around in the dust, and it's very old. We need to change very soon. We shall get new bags of litter, and we shall remove this old manure and put it in our bananas, and then we'll be able to put new one. So I'll be showing you everything, you know. So but the litter has been dry. That's the advantage of a dry season, unlike a wet season when I don't know what really happens, but everywhere you find wet. But yeah, we are coping up, and we thank God it's been like 4 days when it's raining. The temperatures have really normalized and the birds are enjoying. The production is fine, apart from the small sickness that had come, but we are treating it, and yeah, everything is fine. So I'm encouraging young poultry farmers, the beginners, not young in age, but the beginners. If you are beginning a poultry farm, you need to pay attention to your birds and possibly see what you can add and what you can do to make your farm thrive. Thank you so much for watching. I believe you found something helpful, and if that is so, kindly like the video, leave a comment for us, and subscribe. Bye.